In the heart of bustling cities, where concrete jungles stretch as far as the eye can see, there exists a peculiar phenomenon. Amidst the chaos and clamor, some people find an inexplicable sense of calm, a sanctuary within the chaos, not in the comfort of their homes or the familiarity of their routines, but beneath the canopy of trees. This isn't just a preference for nature, it's a profound psychological connection that transcends the ordinary. These individuals, often labeled as introverts or nature enthusiasts, possess a unique trait known as sensory processing sensitivity, a term coined by psychologist Elaine Aron. It's not about being weak or overly emotional, it's about feeling deeply, processing information thoroughly, and finding solace in the subtleties that others might overlook. But why trees? What is it about these ancient, towering beings that speaks to the souls of these sensitive individuals? And more importantly, what can the rest of us learn from their tranquility? To understand this, we must delve into the intricate dance between the human psyche and the natural world, a dance as old as time itself. Let's step into the dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves and explore the psychology of those who find calm near the trees. Walking away from a crowded room, the hum of voices fading behind you, you step into the forest. The shift is immediate, almost physical. This sensation aligns with the psychological concept of sensory processing sensitivity, a trait identified by researcher Elaine Aron. Highly sensitive people, about 15–20% of the population, process sensory data more deeply. In a crowd, it's overwhelming, a symphony of sounds, scents, and social expectations. But in the forest, the input is different. The rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird, the earthy scent of damp soil. It's not about the volume but the quality of stimulation. The weight that lifts is not just metaphorical. Stress, in its physical form, is a burden. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is released in response to pressure. Prolonged exposure can lead to health issues. In a crowd, social evaluation threatens self-esteem. Will they like me? Did first say the right thing? This is the spotlight effect, a cognitive bias where people overestimate how much others notice their behavior. In the forest, there's no audience. Just you and the trees. The cortisol levels drop. The shoulders, once hunched, relax. The breath, once shallow, deepens. This relief is not just about escaping social pressure. It's about reconnecting with something fundamental. Biophilic design, a concept introduced by Edward O. Wilson, suggests that humans have an innate tendency to seek connections with nature. It's in our DNA. Forests, with their complex ecosystems, offer a sense of harmony. They don't demand anything from you. They don't judge. They simply exist. In their presence, you can too. This is the essence of self-determination theory, a psychological framework that emphasizes the importance of autonomy, competence, and relatedness for well-being. In the forest, you feel in control. You feel capable. You feel connected. The weight lifts and you realize, it was never just about the crowd. It was about finding a space where you could be truly, unapologetically, yourself. The human psyche is a complex landscape, where the concept of the social mask stands as a towering peak. This mask is not a mere metaphor, but a psychological construct, a veneer worn to navigate the intricate web of social expectations. It's the exhausting, 24/7 job of being someone for other people, a child, a boss, a partner. It's the role we play, the persona we project, often at the expense of our authentic selves. Consider the case of Sarah, a high school teacher who is expected to be patient, knowledgeable, and nurturing. She wears her social mask all day, answering endless questions, mediating conflicts, and providing support. But when she comes home, she's also expected to be a caring mother and a devoted wife. The mask never comes off. It's a phenomenon known as role strain, where the demands of different roles cause stress and anxiety. It's not just tiredness. It's a feeling of her battery slowly leaking, percent by percent, with every forced smile, every suppressed sigh. The mask, however, is not solely a burden. It's also a shield, a defense mechanism that protects us from the vulnerability of authenticity. It's a manifestation of what psychologist Carl Jung called persona, the social face we present to the world. It's a way of controlling how others perceive us, a tool for boundary setting. It's a way of saying, this is as much of me as first am willing to give you. But the constant wearing of the mask can lead to a sense of disconnection, a feeling of being an actor in one's own life. This is where the concept of self-alienation comes into play, a term coined by sociologist Marx. It's the feeling of being separated from one's true self, a sense of loss of identity. It's the exhaustion of constantly performing, constantly being on. It's the feeling of being a stranger in one's own life. This disconnection is a silent scream for authenticity, a desperate plea for the mask to come off. In the sprawling, interconnected world, people are constantly bombarded with expectations. Social media curates highlight reels of success, productivity, and beauty, setting an unrelenting standard. The demands are incessant, from emails that need immediate responses to societal pressures to achieve certain milestones. This is the demanding world, a place where self-worth can often feel tethered to accomplishment and recognition. It's exhausting, a relentless chase that Carl Jung might have associated with the persona, the social mask we don that often overshadows our true selves. Consider Sarah, a marketing executive who feels the weight of these expectations acutely. Her battery drains with every notification, every meeting, every glance at her social media feed. It's not just tiredness. It's a feeling of her battery slowly leaking, percent by percent, with every forced smile and polite nod. She's constantly performing, constantly trying to meet the demands of her career, her friends, her family. The hedonic treadmill, a concept in positive psychology, comes to mind. It's the idea that people are always seeking more, never satisfied with their current state. For Sarah, it's a cycle of achievement followed by fleeting satisfaction, then the immediate pursuit of the next goal. Contrast this with the indifferent tree. A tree doesn't care if you're successful, pretty, or productive. It simply shares its space with you. It offers shade, fresh air, and a sense of calm, asking for nothing in return. This indifference can be a balm to the weary soul. Think of John, a shy and introverted individual who finds solace in the company of trees. He's not drained by their presence but recharged. He doesn't have to perform or meet any expectations. The tree's indifference is a relief, a respite from the demanding world. This aligns with the concept of sensory processing sensitivity, a trait studied by psychologist Elaine Aron. Highly sensitive people, like John, often feel overwhelmed by stimulation and crave calm, low-stimulation environments. The tree, with its quiet presence, provides just that. In the tree's company, John can simply be, without judgment or expectation. This leads one to ponder the inherent value of non-judgmental spaces and the impact they can have on mental well-being. In the quietude of a forest, away from the chatter of human-made environments, some individuals find solace. This phenomenon can be understood through the lens of the humanist gap, a term that encapsulates a deep-seated desire for genuine connection devoid of the superficialities that often dominate human interactions. It's not about loneliness, but rather a longing for authenticity. People who find calm near trees often feel drained by social scripts and small talk, not because they are inherently antisocial, but because they crave meaningful engagement. Consider the introvert who feels exhausted after a networking event. It's not just tiredness, it's a feeling of their energy slowly depleting with every forced conversation. This aligns with the concept of sensory processing sensitivity, a trait identified by psychologist Elaine Aron. Highly sensitive people, as she calls them, process sensory data more deeply and are more easily overwhelmed by stimulating environments. Forests, with their natural rhythms and lack of social expectations, provide a respite from this overload. The humanist gap also speaks to the principles of self-determination theory, which highlights the importance of autonomy, competence, and relatedness in human motivation. In the presence of trees, individuals often feel a sense of autonomy, free from the constraints of social norms. They experience competence in their ability to connect with nature on their own terms. And relatedness is redefined, not through conversation, but through a profound sense of belonging to the natural world. This desire for authentic connection is not a weakness but a strength. It reflects a deep understanding of the value of genuine relationships and a rejection of superficiality. In a world that often prioritizes quantity over quality, those who seek calm near trees are setting a boundary, choosing to invest their energy in what truly matters. This boundary setting is a form of self-care, protecting their mental and emotional well-being. And it's this very boundary that leads them to find peace in the quiet company of trees, away from the noise of human-made expectations. In the quiet solitude of a forest, away from the hum of society, there exists a profound opportunity for self-discovery. This isn't mere avoidance, it's a deliberate retreat, a journey towards authenticity. The trees, standing tall and unyielding, become silent witnesses to a personal awakening. It's here that the noise of societal expectations fades, allowing a purer version of oneself to emerge. This phenomenon echoes the concept of self-concordance, a term from self-determination theory. It refers to the alignment of one's actions with their intrinsic values and interests, rather than external pressures. Consider the individual who feels drained after a networking event. It's not just tiredness. It's a sensation of their true self being gradually obscured, like a photograph slowly being edited to fit someone else's vision. The trees offer a respite from this editing process. In their presence, there's no need to perform, to impress, or to conform. This aligns with the philosophy of existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre, who emphasize the importance of authentic existence, where one lives in accordance with their true nature rather than the expectations of others. Moreover, spending time in nature has been shown to increase soft fascination, a term coined by environmental psychologist Stephen Kaplan. This gentle, effortless form of attention allows the mind to wander and reflect, fostering creativity and self-awareness. It's in these moments of quiet introspection that one can begin to peel back the layers of societal conditioning. The rustling leaves and distant bird songs become the soundtrack to a personal renaissance. The trees, with their ancient wisdom and unchanging nature, serve as a mirror, reflecting back the unedited self. This is not a rejection of society, but a necessary retreat to find one's core identity. As we've seen, those who find calm near the trees often possess a trait known as sensory processing sensitivity, a key aspect of the highly sensitive person, HSP, personality type. This isn't just about enjoying nature, it's a deeper, more intricate connection, a way of processing the world that's both profound and protective. Their apparent shyness or need for solitude is not a weakness, but a strength, a well of empathy and insight that draws from the quiet, the still, the green. They are not avoiding life, they are gathering the energy and clarity to engage with it more meaningfully. As the philosopher Pascal once wrote, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Perhaps those who find solace in the trees understand this better than anyone. They are not lost in the woods, they are finding their way. If you've seen yourself in these traits, consider this: the world needs your unique perspective. We'll explore more about how to harness this sensitivity in our next video, The Power of the Quiet Ones, turning sensitivity into strength. Until then, perhaps it's time to take a walk in the woods. Not to escape, but to understand. Not to hide, but to connect. You might be surprised at what you find.